Good morning and welcome to Living Local. So today we're learning all about sharks. That's right, we're here at Ripley's Aquarium and we're gonna start off by food prepping. Let's go.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, about the people and the places where we live. Just look at all the reasons why we call this home. And I'm loving living local. I'm living local 'cause it's where I love to be.
So today we're going to do a little bit of food prep.
Okay.
So all the animals here in the aquarium, obviously we need to feed them so
Yeah.
that they stay the healthiest and happiest they can be. So all the food we're actually going to prep today is going to be fed to our animals today. So this right here, this is called silver sides.
Okay.
So a lot of our animals can eat them whole. But for this tank that I'm going to have you prep, we actually need to cut it. So usually what I like to do, this is kind of, I like to line them all up kind of so they're even.
Like vegetables?
Sort of, yeah.
Like zucchini?
Yep, and then I usually try to cut like 3 cuts, so you end up with 3 pieces of fish.
Okay. There's so many good looking fish in here.
Oh, yes.
I was
So-
saying it looks like we're gonna have like sushi or something.
Yeah, so one of the great things that we're able to do here is that all of our fish, we want to make sure they eat the best food possible. So all the food we're actually prepping today is all restaurant quality, it's all
Wow.
food grade.
All right, so
All right.
what fishies are we cutting up next?
So let's get some of the silver sides out of the way. So we're gonna move on now to one of our bigger fish. So this right here, so I'm gonna have you cut mackerel. Some of the bigger stuff is actually easier to cut while it's still frozen. It stays together a little bit better.
Okay.
So this is actually gonna go to our sharks. So we're actually I usually come in right behind this gill and cut the head off.
Okay.
And then cut the end of the tail off.
Okay.
And then leave it basically as that, and that's what's gonna get fed to the sharks.
I did not know what I was in for today. This is crazy.
So the next thing I'm gonna have you do, we're actually gonna prep a little bit of food for our sea turtle. So Gabby, who's our sea turtle, our green sea turtle, she gets a very specific diet. So we give her whole squid, and we feed her exactly 2 pounds. So yeah, so there's a little more prep that comes with the squid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so and you see
These are not lookers. They are super
So-
slimy.
Oh yeah. So this is their mouth right here. It's actually
Whoa.
yeah. So
Charles.
you kind of put your fingers on it, push it out, and then just kind of
Whoa.
pull it out. So, so that's the beak when you
That's
pull it out.
crazy. This water is so nice and warm. Ah.
Yeah, it's a little cold usually in our kitchen. So this is our water quality lab. This is where we test our water quality, our water chemistry on all of our tanks every day. So there's certain aspects that we always are going to check on all of our tanks every day. The animals, we really need their tank water to be as happy and healthiest as possible. So we always want to make sure those chemistry levels or different things, like their salinity level or even the amount of oxygen that's in their water is where it needs to be for those animals. So this is kind of the room where all of that takes place.
Cool.
There's all kinds of different chemical reactions and different things that we do here. There's some that are not quite as sensitive and as chemical, and then there's others that are. So it's a wide variety of things that we read and test throughout the day. All right, so what we're doing right now, we're getting ready to feed our big tank, our shark tank.
Whoa.
Now, as you can see, some of the fish know we're about ready to feed. So we're actually going to feed our fish first. So we're going to do what we call broadcast feed. We're going to spread food out for the fish. We actually have 3 different feeding stations we're going to feed from. So we're going to feed the fish first, and then after the fish are fed, we're then going to feed the sharks.
Okay.
The sharks are all going to get fed. They're going to come up to the surface, and we're actually going to give them food off of tongs, and then we're going to record and call out each shark we feed so that we can keep track of how much everybody's eating. Because there's some animals, some species in here that will like to hang out over here, so I make sure I throw along the side.
I gotcha.
And some of the bigger, the tarpons, the sheep's head, some of the bigger fish will be out in the middle, so that's why we really try to spread it around.
I gotcha.
So the nurse sharks, they've actually been in this tank since we opened.
Really?
So they've been in this tank since 1997.
Wow. Now, do they smell it, or how do they know?
So the sharks themselves have an amazing sense of smell in the water. So a lot of times they cue in on the fish getting excited, and then that gets in turn them excited.
If you'd like to visit Ripley's Aquarium, just check out the information on your screen. Thanks for watching Living Local. We'll be right back.